here. We're going to have Lifeline Humanitarian Organization dinner.
She does so much good for this charity, and the children try to be helpful to those who had less than we did.
You really try to give as much as you can.
His Royal Highness Crown Prince Alexander and Her Royal Highness Crown Princess Katherine of Serbia are hosting the annual Lifeline New York dinner tonight in support of Children's Hospital of Serbia and in the collaboration with Lifeline Humanitarian Organization. This is the Rubis Show. Join me tonight. Thank you so much for having me here, and this is an honor to talk to you tonight. I'm originally from Ukraine, and right now Ukraine is going through the very challenging period of time in its independence, and I understand how it's important right now to consider people who are in need of help. This is both our civic and our human duty. How did your humanitarian efforts begin, and how did you feel that that's the right time to do it?
Lifeline in general really started from early age because I had parents who taught me the joy of giving, not the joy of taking, from a very early age. That's what's in our heart. Also very important for all the children. We have a lot of orphans. When they first started, they look at me so disappointed and they say, "Where's your crown?" I said, "Well, my crown is in my heart. Without love, we have nothing." So now when I see all our orphans, they put their hand here to show me that is what it is.
We all think about our future and our legacy time to time. When you think about your legacy, what do you think, what do you hope future generation will remember about your contribution to Serbia and to the world?
People are people. If somebody realizes that we came in this world to make a difference, then people start seeing what is it that they can do. Sometimes I said to myself, it would be lovely for me to be contagious. Every time I approach someone, I keep thinking, okay, I'll try to be contagious, because I want everybody to be kind to each other and to give of themselves. That's what happiness is all about.
Thank you so much. You leave such a beautiful legacy, and thank you like that. Can you share us the information about some recent projects that you did with the Lifeline's Humanitarian Organization?
We've done so many different events. I actually used to have dinner with King Peter very often. When I was a young girl, he was a friend of my friend Ardisha Zahidi. And he would say to me, "Oh, Susan, please sit here with King Peter and have a glass of champagne while I'm on the phone talking to His Highness, His Majesty, the Shah," because he worked at the UN. I got to know King Peter really well as a friend. So I have a long history with Yugoslavia.
This is really amazing. Maybe you can share some lessons you learned from King Peter. Maybe you've got some points that build your life.
I just think he was such a gentleman, and the way he handled being exiled was a wonderful lesson. He was always a gentleman. He never complained, ever.
So then how do you tie with the foundations, and what is your part in the charities? I know that you do a lot.
I like to support nonprofit organizations for a couple of years now. We all have to do our share to give back. We have to support other organizations, people around the world, if it's related to helping children. You really try to give as much as you can.
You feel that way for all the kids?
Absolutely, because I don't have any.
Me too, but I feel it.
I feel I can support more. I see myself fortunate. I can give that money to children and other organizations too. That is available now because I don't have children myself.
You have kids, right?
I do.
Do you have this kind of conversation, how it is important to help people who are in need of help?
I do. You know what's funny is my son recently found a $100 bill outside of his elementary school the other day. Interestingly, he decided to give it to his sister because he says, well, I have $122.18 in my piggy bank, so my sister should also have at least $100. And
You should.
Exactly. What's funny too is I'm trying to teach them about philanthropy and giving back and really working hard for money in their efforts. One way, I've described to them is to give back, especially this holiday season. They're always asking like, oh, can we go? I have enough money to go to the toy store, and I give them a budget. And I say, let's revisit that and let's see how we can give back and support. And I had them actually listen to the song, The Circle of Life, which I think really changed them.
Just today, I was talking to one psychologist about money and kids, and we had this sort of conversation. Is it good to pay kids for their scores at school or for their help at home to receive this money from parents?
I don't actually pay my children for doing their chores. If it's something that they have to do, for instance, putting their dishes in the dishwasher, making their beds, etc., if it's something that they have to do, but if they go above and beyond, I reward them in other ways, but I explain to them also the value of money. Interestingly, because I make a lot of my money through, digital currency, so to say, through PayPal, et cetera, and through direct deposit. And I try to teach them the value of physical money. So I teach them value of effort equals earned dollars.
And he did it. He gave this $100 to his sister.
That's right. And I thought that was extremely generous.
Can we talk right now about the collaboration with the Lifeline Humanitarian Organization? How many years have you been doing this, and what is your mission?
10 years. I've helped the princess when I first met her. She was challenging, she was emotional, she had her heart in the right direction, and she does so much good for this charity and the children and the women that I'm behind her 100%.
Do you have children? Can I ask you that?
I have a stepdaughter, yes. And
do you have this kind of conversation with her, how it's important to help people that are in need of help?
oh my gosh, I mean, we were in Serbia, we were in Belgrade, and we met many of them. And to see what this organization does, it's just incredible. We have problems here in America, but to see that we're helping other countries makes us all feel good. We brought a lot of the Western ideas over there.
What kind of ideas?
How they feel about breast cancer and things like that.
Do you have a target amount that you want to reach by the end of the year to aim to support kids?
It can't be enough. That's my words.
Jane, you are a philanthropist. Philanthropy is a global effort, but usually it has very personal efforts. What personal values or experiences that influence your commitment?
Philanthropy on a very small level, because I grew up very middle class, was a value of my family's and also the school that I attended. We were always taught to try to be helpful to those who had less than we did, and that stuck with me. My first career was as a physical therapist. Philanthropy has been so important to me. I love the work I do. I feel very responsibly blessed to be able to do this work.
So here we're gonna have Lifeline Humanitarian Organization dinner. Can you tell us more about it? It's a very beautiful location and very beautiful setup.
This is our annual benefit, and we are holding it at this gorgeous townhouse on Upper East Side, right off of 5th Avenue. So we hope that our guests will be excited to join and help our cause.
So this is where the benefit dinner takes place. We're waiting for the guests to sit down, and we're gonna celebrate tonight. On November 17th, you're gonna run for Miss World America. What inspired you to take part in it? You know that you're beautiful. I tell you that you look amazing, but what inspired you to take part? It's very hard, it's difficult, it's competitive.
Yes, that is true. To be honest, I graduated college 2 years ago and I moved to New York City to work in finance, and I just felt very unfulfilled because I was becoming more and more disconnected with my community and also my charity work. I grew up servicing my community. My parents really believed in that, and it just brought me so much joy. And to see when you touch a person's life, even in a non-monetarized way, it makes a huge difference, and that's what really brought me back to this.
Mark, you are a designer, but you do the real craft for the bottles, for the perfume, right? For the fragrances.
I designed perfume bottles. I've designed for Fendi and Karl Lagerfeld and Chloe and Elizabeth Arden and Perry Ellis and many, many bottles. And some of my bottles are in the Museum of Modern Art and the Musée de la Mode in Paris.
What inspires a designer like you to do this? Because this bottle should be comfortable to hold it in the hand. It must be beautiful. What is the main key?
So it has to be ergonomic. You have to be able to be comfortable, but it has to, in the store, I call it the silent salesman. You're a woman's in a store and she sees a bottle that she attracts her. The trick is to get her to pick it up, and then if she picks it up, she may smell it, and if she smells it and the fragrance is consistent with the design, she will buy it, and that's how it works.
Thank you for joining me tonight. That was the Rubis Show. Bye.